The world you see is nothing but a reflection of the world within you. Let that sink in. Everything you touch, everything you experience, every relationship, every success, every failure, is shaped first in the invisible chambers of your own mind. Before the skyscraper touches the sky, it exists in the architect's imagination. Before the empire is built, it lives in the unwavering belief of the visionary. Before a single word is spoken, before a single step is taken, the battle is fought and won in the mind. And yet, most people, they wander through life like passengers, as if their mind is some wild, untamed beast that controls them, instead of the other way around. But here's the truth: the world won't teach you. You master your mind, or your mind masters you. There is no middle ground, you see. The greatest enemy you'll ever face is not the critic, not the economy, not the competition. It's the whispers of doubt inside your own head. It's the quiet surrender to fear, to procrastination, to weakness. It's the subtle, constant erosion of your potential, because you never took control of the one thing that determines everything: your mind. Don't think of the legends. Edison, who failed thousands of times before lighting the world. Carnegie, the steel magnate who understood wealth, was forged first in thought. Lincoln, who lost more elections than most ever dare enter, yet rewrote the destiny of a nation. Ford, who was laughed at for dreaming of automobiles when horses filled the streets. What separated them from the millions who lived and died in mediocrity? It wasn't luck, it wasn't privilege, it wasn't some divine accident. It was dominion over the mind. They learned to master their inner world, so their outer world bowed to them. But understand this: mastery is not inherited, it is earned. The mind is not a gift, it is a battlefield. And most people, they lose that battle before the day even begins. They wake up and the first thing they consume: negativity, distractions, excuses. They let the world program their mind, instead of programming it with power, with focus, with belief. But you are not most people, or you wouldn't be here, listening, searching, ready to rise. And so hear me clearly: your mind is your most dangerous prison, or your most unstoppable weapon. It will sabotage you, or it will elevate you. But it will never be neutral, because the mind feeds on what you give it. You pour in fear, it multiplies. You feed it excuses, it manufactures limitations. You nourish it with belief, it rewires possibility itself. This is why Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." It sounds poetic until you realize it's not poetry. It's a blueprint for conquering life itself. Everything starts in the mind. Wealth, health, success, purpose, freedom. It's all shaped, pawned, in thought. But weak minds, they entertain doubt. Strong minds, they entertain destiny. Which one are you? See, every day you face a choice. Not a choice of circumstances, those you cannot always control, but a choice of perspective, of interpretation, of response. Life throws adversity. You decide: is this my tombstone or my training ground? People doubt you. You decide: will I believe them or believe me? Your dreams feel impossible. You decide: surrender or strategy. The mind decides long before life delivers. This is where most lose. They think life happens, then they react. But the winners, the leaders, the legends, they know life is responding to the mental movie they play on repeat. The mind is the projector, the world is the screen. Control the projector, control the movie. Master your mind, master your life. But let's be clear, this isn't easy. It's simple, but it's war. Because your mind, it's been programmed for years, by society, by fear, by failure, by your own laziness. And now, you're here to reprogram it, to demolish the limits, to destroy the lies, to rebuild it, brick by brick, thought by thought, until your mind is no longer your prison, but your throne. It starts with belief, not blind belief, deliberate belief, the kind forged through discipline, the kind built through repetition, the kind that defies the odds, because it rewrites the odds. Understand, belief is not magic, it's mechanics. Your mind is a machine, and belief, it's the operating system. You install limitation, you produce excuses, you install possibility, you manufacture results. Henry Ford said it best: whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. It's not opinion, it's psychological fact. The mind does not argue with your instructions, it obeys. Tell it you're weak, it makes you weaker. Tell it you're destined, it finds evidence for destiny. Tell it you can't, it manufactures obstacles. Tell it you will, it manufactures opportunity. But belief alone isn't enough. The mind is not mastered by wishful thinking, it's mastered by clarity, by vision, by purpose. You need a vision so sharp, so vivid, so undeniable, that it burns through doubt like fire through paper. Because when your mind sees it, believes it, accepts it as inevitable, the world bends to that vision. This isn't fantasy, It's how empires rise. It's how fortunes are built. It's how ordinary men and women become legends. But listen, vision without discipline is just daydreaming, and discipline, that's where most people fall. Because mastering your mind requires mastering your habits. And habits shape your reality. You can't think like a winner and act like a quitter. You can't speak words of power and live a life of excuses. The mind watches your actions more than your words, your habits. They tell your mind what you truly believe, and your mind adjusts your reality to match. So if you rise early, if you feed your mind with power, with knowledge, with focus, if you take disciplined action, especially when it's hard, your mind begins to accept one truth: this person is unstoppable. And once the mind accepts that, your limit's gone, your potential, or at least your life, rewritten. But I'll tell you this, the mind doesn't change in comfort. It changes in challenge. It's easy to feel powerful when everything's going your way, but mastery, that's earned in the struggle, in the days when fear is loud, when doubt creeps in, when quitting feels easier, and you still stand up, you still move forward. You still discipline your mind to focus on the vision, not the obstacle, because that is the blueprint of the unstoppable dot. And make no mistake, the world rewards the unstoppable. Wealth follows them. Opportunity seeks them. People respect them. Because the world feels your energy long before it sees your results. It feels the certainty in your voice, the belief in your posture, the discipline in your actions. It feels that you have mastered your inner world. And so the outer world cannot deny you. But here's the harsh truth. Most people never experience that. Why? Because they surrender to the mind's default settings, and the default settings, and the default settings: fear, doubt, mediocrity, excuses. The mind is designed to protect, not to elevate. It keeps you safe, not successful. It avoids risk, not realizing that avoiding risk is the riskiest thing of all. But you're not here to play it safe. You're here to master your mind, to rewire it, to command it, to turn it into your greatest weapon. Understand, your mind can create heaven or hell. It can build bridges or walls. It can open doors or lock them. It can lift you or destroy you, but only if you let it. But only if you let it. That's why mastery begins with awareness. You have to observe your thoughts relentlessly, audit them, challenge them, destroy the ones that sabotage you, reinforce the ones that empower you. And how do you do that? Simple. You flood your mind daily with power. You read books that stretch you. You listen to voices that elevate you. You surround yourself with people who believe in growth, in possibility, in greatness. You starve your mind of negativity. You starve it of small thinking. You starve it of excuses. And you feed it with belief, with purpose, with clarity, with discipline. It's not a one-time decision. It's a daily, hourly, moment-to-moment practice. But over time, the impossible becomes possible. The weakness becomes strength. The fear becomes fuel. The doubt becomes drive. And your life begins to align with the vision you've built inside. This is the secret the world won't tell you, the secret schools won't teach you, the secret most never discover, because they're too busy blaming the economy, blaming their parents, blaming their past, blaming circumstances, when the truth is brutal. But it's liberating. Your life is a reflection of your mind. If your life is chaotic, your mind is undisciplined. If your life is stagnant, your mind is filled with limits. If your life is abundant, your mind is aligned with growth, with purpose, with power. It always starts and ends in the mind. And so I'll say this again: master your mind, master your life. The question isn't can you, it's will you, because mastery is available to everyone, but earned by the few. The few who choose discipline over distraction, the few who choose belief over doubt, the few who choose vision over excuses, the few who choose to rewire their mind until success, wealth, growth, purpose are no longer distant dreams, but daily realities. You have the power. It's been in you all along. But the mind waits for your command. It waits for you to take control. It waits for you to rise. There comes a moment in every life when you must decide who is in control: the world, your past, your circumstances, or you. There comes a moment when you stop waiting for motivation and you start moving with discipline. When you stop seeking permission and you start creating your own path. When you stop asking, is this possible for me? And you start declaring, it's already mine because I've claimed it in my mind. There comes a moment when you realize no one is coming to save you, that no one is going to hand you the life you dream about, that no one is going to drag you across the finish line. You must rise. You must take the throne. You must master the mind, or forever live as its slave. You see, most people, they never get here. They stay trapped in stories they didn't even write. Stories of fear, stories of limitation, stories that were handed to them by parents, by teachers, by failure, by society. And they never stop to ask, is this story true? or did I simply accept it? You don't have to accept the story you were given. You can rewrite it. You can start today. You can decide this chapter is different. This chapter is mine. This chapter is the one where I take back control, where I tear down the walls in my own mind, where I build new beliefs, new habits, new outcomes, where I stop settling and to start dominating. Because here's the truth, no one will tell you. You don't get what you deserve in life. You get what you demand. First from your mind, then from the world, and the world always submits to the one who has mastered himself. Do you want wealth? Master your mind. Do you want freedom? Master your mind. Do you want power? Master your mind. Do you want peace? Master your mind. It all begins here. Because when the mind is right, the grind is right. When the mind is right, the focus is right. When the mind is right, the life is right. But if the mind is wrong, nothing you build will stand. Nothing you chase will fulfill you. Nothing you gain will satisfy you. Because the foundation is cracked. Do you want to change your life? You start at the root. The thoughts you think, the words you speak, the habits you repeat, the beliefs you protect. Change those, and the external world will eventually catch up. But here's what you must understand. The mind is not mastered through comfort. It's mastered through fire. Through the discipline of saying no to weaknesses, through the courage of saying yes to things that scare you, through the consistency of showing up when no one claps, when no one sees, when no one sees, when no one cares. It's showing up. Because you made a contract with yourself, and you refuse to break it. You must become the kind of person who doesn't wait for the perfect mood, who doesn't depend on the perfect conditions, who doesn't negotiate with the mind's fear, but commands the mind with certainty. You tell the mind, we go now, we rise now, we act now, not later, not tomorrow, not when we feel like it, now. Because every time you obey fear, you strengthen it. Every time you obey weakness, you multiply it. Every time you obey distraction, you feed it. But every time you move through fear, you dissolve it. Every time you choose discipline, you fortify it. Every time you execute despite doubt, you master it. The mind will resist you. It will beg you to retreat. It will offer you comfort. It will whisper to stay small. But you are not here to stay small. You are here to expand, to conquer, to build, to master, to lead. The mind is a powerful servant, but a dangerous master. Master your mind, master your life. Ignore this and your mind will master you and cage you forever. Accept this, and your mind will elevate you and freedom will be yours. The choice is yours. It always was, it always will be.